Hey guys, we're continuing on this fantastic
Voyage.
This cheap heat WrestleMania spectacular, and the gorgeous woman of the day. Well, and all days, and Sundays particularly, and Mondays. And I've heard this week on Saturday, Eva Marie is here. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Is this in fact true? Are you do you have different duties this weekend? Do you have a new job possibly?
As of now, no, I do not. So the internet is amazing, and definitely let out something that I was like, wait, what?
That you weren't.
I haven't even
Said you had you even had a conversation. The rumor was, by the way, that she was hosting the Hall of Fame.
Right.
That is not something you had a conversation about.
not even a lick.
How annoying must that be?
Very.
Oh, wouldn't that be better than like having to deal with office politics or whatever? You could just wake up and look on the internet and find out. Like that would be.
Yeah, if it was true.
Yeah.
If it was true. And for a minute, I was like, wait a minute. Am I really? Is this really happening? And the office is not telling me what's going on. But, gotta love that internet.
Yeah, the internet's fantastic.
It's really good. So what's crazier if there's a distinction, like the wrestling fan internet or the Total Divas fan internet?
There's quite a big difference, for sure.
And are you able to see both?
I am able to see both. Yes.
Who's more cruel?
I would have to say for me, the WWE fans. Just because I haven't been able to I'm not in a storyline. I'm not in matches. I'm coming off of a surgery. So they're a little more cruel as opposed to Total Diva fans.
I mean, you have a very unique circumstance as a professional wrestler, period, considering the fact that you are a part of this show, which is really very much a first in wrestling. So you've become a star on television, sort of related to wrestling, but sort of just being a reality star who people find charming, and they know your relationship, and they've seen your life and your family. Mm-hmm. And then the actual thing that you are in the business to do, you're still very early on in that part. It's got to be a strange sort of dichotomy.
It is. It's like, it's bittersweet. I feel like the WWE world, the universe, they forget that I got my developmental contract first. I tried out to be a WWE diva first, before Total Divas, before any of that came. So that came later, and it just so happened that it just skyrocketed because nobody even knew Total Divas was going to do well, because people, when they heard of it, they were like, yeah, right. So for me, I've had to basically, my first match was on Raw ever in my life. So that right there is pretty bananas,
Yeah, that's already you're starting in a way that most people.
That's what Rosenberg's shooting for too. His first wrestling match is going to be on Raw.
That's my plan.
Right? Yeah. If you go big or go home. But yeah, so that for me is definitely something super. I don't feel like anyone's ever done that.
No, it's a totally unique experience. Like I remember at Mania last year, I was at a party, and my wife sees you and is like, oh, let's take a picture with Eva Marie, blah, blah. And it's an interesting thing because I'm like, oh yeah, you know who she is well from this thing, and I was watching the show too and knew it, but then in my wrestling mind, I'm like, we still haven't seen that much yet. So for you at this point, there are people who probably assume that the goal is to be a star more than to be a wrestler, and not just for you, for many people, but for you. How important is it to you to really get some success in the ring and become a regular on television in that regard before the Eva Marie WWE story is over?
For me, that is my main goal. That's my main focus right now. And you're going to see that also in season 4 of Total Divas. You're going to see me training back in the ring because that's my baby. WWE is first. Like WWE, wrestling, everything. That's what has made Eva Marie. So I need to show my Red Nation and my fans how bad that I want it, not only for myself but for them too, because especially the ones that have been with me since day one. That's why I'm going to go for that title, because I think it's time, especially with this hashtag Give Divas a Chance. Well, here we go.
Who has helped you the most, and who do you go to the most in terms of the wrestling side of things for learning the business?
You know what? I've actually, I talk. Fit is amazing. Fit Finley. he's always great, to kind of bounce off ideas. I'm working with Brian Kendrick. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's super talented.
Yeah.
So talented, amazing guy. So that right there is awesome, And what's great too is when I can, I'll ask my ideas to Hunter and see, whatever I could like pick from him, because I'm a novice. I'm very new. A lot of these girls, come in and have already had, I don't know, hundreds of matches already.
Who impresses you the most? Like, who do you see do stuff that you're just like really
on the main roster?
Yeah.
Trinity, Naomi.
Yeah.
She does things that phenomenal, like people can't do.
Yeah, no, she's physically.
She's athletic to the extreme. Yes, she's
a
super,
freak.
Yes, she's so gifted, and talk about an awesome couple. Her and John Uso. Come on, awesome.
I know. They're a mature couple. There's no question about it. Is it weird? I mean, you had storylines on. When I watch the show, I'm able to generally tell like which things. I've done a show that's similar, and I can see which things are being hammed up a little bit, and which things are like pretty close. And there are some things that happened with your family early on that it was like pretty clear that what was being portrayed there had to be basically what was happening, unless you were from a family of professional actors that no one's ever known about. Did you have any regrets about some of the things that came to light on the TV show?
You know what? Actually, no, now, because like everything has, smoothed its way out and everything is good. At the time, and also, it's a learning process. So I had no idea how like extra everything was going to be, or like how people were going to take to it, or even if it was going to even do well. So looking back, no, because if anything, I feel like a lot of people can relate to certain situations or certain things that I've done or made mistakes. Then they're like, oh wow, me too, So I feel like it's helped in that aspect.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna look at your Instagram because I want to be shocked at how many followers you have at this point. Go ahead, Shoemaker.
No, I like this. This is good broadcast journalism.
Sometimes you have to just
searching for her Instagram.
There she is, Natalie Eva Marie. 1.6 million followers on Instagram. How often do you peruse these comments from these?
That's good. Yeah, we're just gonna just digress into you looking at photos of her while we're talking about her.
Digress. That's where most of my interviews.
Right next to you.
I know, but some of these pictures are made. How often do you peruse these insane comments? Like, here's a picture of you.
Okay.
This is just a picture of her being hot and taking a picture in the mirror. Selfie Saturday. 538 comments. Do you ever look through?
Sometimes, yes. I'm not gonna lie, because we're in airports a lot of the time.
Yeah.
We're driving to the next city a lot of the time. So I mean, I'd be a liar if I said that I didn't see some of the comments. And I'm not even gonna tell you. At some times, it's like, oh, why are you being so mean?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Come on, I see. Believe me, I know. And my question is,
I don't even check my Twitter mentions half the time because
and everyone loves you on Twitter.
For the most part, yeah, but it's just like it's not even. You don't think you're gonna get hate. It's just like
you guys. I was
it's
trending
engagement.
worldwide yesterday.
For what?
For the
the thing.
Yes.
Oh, for the Hall of Fame thing.
So I mean,
it better be true now.
But I mean, trust me, all of those mentions were not the sweetest.
Yeah, of course. Oh, I really want to see her do that. I can't imagine. So here's what you have to do. There's one thing that really bothers me about human nature, and that is, we are more affected by negative little things. Like last week I went to South by Southwest, and for whatever reason at South by Southwest, my little hip hop career has done well, and it was a very hip-hop centric place, so I was very, very recognizable, and I was getting literally nonstop pictures, not just pictures, comments from people that were very warm.
Oh, sure.
Like, I really appreciate what you do for the
Yes.
culture. Hold my hand for a minute, but I really appreciate you. And I'm like, thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. That's a big deal. Thank you. But the truth is, deep down, I am more affected by the stupid nameless egg on Twitter that's like, everything you do sucks, Rosenberg.
It's like a giant crowd is like applauding you, and then like just one random dude is driving by in a pickup and screams out,
You
just like, "You
suck."
look fat."
And you're like, really? Do I? And you're ignoring everyone else. Isn't that annoying? Like, why? I don't understand why human beings are like that.
I don't either. And my husband tells me all the time. He was like, stop. Like, it's, you can't do that because, it's not everybody. Like, you
It's
can't-
nobody.
it-
And by the way, 90% of the people who even say that to you online, if they saw you in real life, would be like, "Oh my God, Eva Marie, can I take a picture with you?" Like, I'm being serious. They wouldn't say it in real life. The internet gives a voice to people not only who don't deserve a voice sometimes, but sorry. I'm sorry, Shoemaker. I'm not a babyface. But also, it gives a voice to people who normally wouldn't even use their voice for that purpose. If that makes any sense.
Right. Absolutely.
You've probably experienced this, but I've had people that go, that'll just come straight up and just say something mean to me. And if I'm just respond, just straight response.
Yeah.
They'll just be like, "Oh, that's awesome. I'm a big fan." Like,
Yeah, sometimes they
Yes.
just want the response.
They're just
They
trolling
just-
for the response.
Exactly. They just want some type of reaction out of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
Well, anyway.
It's a very
Social
strange.
media
But that
very
is
much like
why
the
on
wrestling
social
world.
media you're gonna see me like my story in the sense of like me training, me showing the world like, yes, I'm getting after it. This is what I want. This is what I'm doing because wrestling is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. This is my love. This is my passion. So yes, Total Divas has kind of shown another part of me, but now I'm using that as okay, watch my journey because now it's red time.
And
I
also,
think that's great.
And also, I don't want this to sound douchey, and to say you shouldn't pursue you should pursue whatever your heart desires. However, I have seen amazing women in the WWE who were superstars within the WWE, and rightfully so because they were talented, charismatic, and gorgeous, and still have challenges. It can still be very challenging to go into another space, and there is. When you have this universe that is such a dedicated, amazing fan base, as psychotic as they can be at times, it is a wonderful thing that's hard to replace in entertainment.
Yeah.
100%. I have never met or been around any type of even at different sporting events. Nobody compares to the WWE universe. Talk about diehard fans to the fullest, where there is. You're right. There's nothing that can compare.
Yeah.
Or, translate.
Well, listen, we wish you the best. I love you on TV and think that your relationship and everything you've brought there is very sweet. And I also root for you in the ring and hope that you do fantastic things in the future.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I'll be rooting for you tomorrow night.
And thank you for coming over here and sitting here because the array of burly, disgusting men that have been sitting in this seat needed to be vanquished. Is that a word?
Perfect.
Yeah, vanquish is the right
Okay,
word
that
there.
works.
Perfect.
Way to go.
We'll continue on. Thank you, Eva Marie.
Awesome.
You know what it
Thank
is.
so
guys.
much.